characteristic you value most in yourself?
I like, and I've worked hard at this, the ability to just speak something that is so fundamentally true that it's not subject to your opinion about what I just said. That gets
an absolute.
There's an old saying, in the universe, there are the laws of physics, and everything else is opinion.
And can you offer me proof of your existence? How can you, when neither modern science nor philosophy can explain what life is?
Hello and welcome. As I've stated previously, there is only one environment that actually provides not only energy, but apparently carries and transmits life itself, and that is water. But as we will see, both life itself and water have something in common. The origin of neither can be explained. All we get from the so-called science community concerning the origin of either life or water is something that sounds like this.
Hear that? That's nothing. Which is what I, as a speaker at today's conference, have for you all. I have nothing. Nada. Zip. Zilch. Zippo. Nothing smart. Nothing inspirational, nothing even remotely researched at all. I have absolutely nothing to say whatsoever. And yet, through my manner of speaking, I will make it seem like I do. Like what I am saying is brilliant.
Like what I am saying is brilliant.
And maybe, just maybe, you will feel like you've learned something.
Well, isn't that special? However, there are plenty of scientism groupies doing this very same thing, unleashing nonsense on the unsuspecting public.
Two new studies from the journal Nature are helping us answer questions about how the Earth formed, how we got our water, and how we got the moon. Until now, scientists thought the Earth was made from lots of different kinds of meteorites, including water-packed meteorites called carbonaceous chondrites. We used to think that these watery rocks showed up right at the end of Earth's formation, where they delivered most of our water in a big rush.
Alright then, let's talk about water, my favorite subject. I never saw a rock with water in it, ever. How much water could a rock contain even if this was possible? The Earth is mostly water. Rocks don't hold water. Sponges and other absorbent materials do. Not rocks. Just ask SpongeBob.
Good one.
There's no way rocks delivered all this water, because that would give us much more land than water, and that is evidently not the case on Earth. Whether they came in fast or over a long period of time doesn't really matter. The speaker sounds intelligent, but when you listen closely, you'll notice it's all speculation and even contradictory.
This theory wasn't perfect, and it also didn't explain the moon. Most astronomers think the moon formed when a huge Mars-sized rock crashed into the Earth. Now that makes sense, but it also means the moon should have a different composition than our planet. It should look like a combination of Earth rocks and rocks from the impactor. But it doesn't. Earth and the moon are made of almost exactly the same stuff. But according to these new studies, the Earth wasn't formed by all these carbonaceous chondrites and other meteorites. Instead, it was mostly formed by meteorites called enstatite chondrites. These rocks get their name because they are high in the mineral enstatite, which is magnesium, silicon, and 3 oxygen atoms. They're also pretty rare.
They're also pretty rare.
That's about as much as I can take of this brainwashed space tard. His one and only expertise is clearly enthusiastic self-subjugation. To say the Earth is made up of something that is so rare we have merely some 200 samples of it is just plain dumb. 200 samples out of an entire Earth. Think of all the different rocks you can find just taking a stroll down the beach. This guy is brain dead. Alright then, let's focus on water and take a closer look at these carbonaceous chondrites.
Hi, I'm Celine Shaw from King Edward's in Edgbaston, and I'm here for a week on work experience. I've chosen this Allende meteorite, it's a small fragment, for the object of the month. It was the largest carbonaceous chondrite ever found on Earth, roughly the size of a car, and it was spotted a giant fireball falling over the Mexican state of Chihuahua on the 8th of February of 1969. As it exploded, it scattered into thousands of fusion-crusted individuals. As you can see, there's the fusion crust here. It's got like a glossy finish, and this would have formed because as the fibre was falling, it was falling at great speeds, say about 10 miles per second, and this would have produced a lot of heat and melted the exterior. As it exploded, it was dispersed over quite a large area, and there was an extensive search for all the pieces. It was actually described as the most studied meteorite in all of history. It was important for research purposes because of its rarity, as it accounts for less than 5% of all the chondrites on Earth. And also, inside there's lots of calcium-rich inclusions, which are among the oldest objects in the solar system. And unlike other chondrites, it doesn't include any iron or nickel. So it's quite unusual from that aspect. This chondrite would have been formed in the solar system a few million years ago, and it would have been formed by the accumulation of dust and grit particles all clumping together. And as you can see, in the internal structure, as it's been cut and polished, it's more visible. There's some dark chondrules and also some white-coloured calcium and magnesium-rich inclusions. And also there's some smaller millimetre-sized chondrules which are only found in meteorites, not in Earth rock.
Did anyone spot any water on that rock? In that rock? Or anywhere near that rock? Was there even a bottle of water in the same room with that rock? Now, if somebody were to tell me the water dried up, then where is the empty space or the pores where the water had been? Moreover, who was there to squeeze out all the water from the rocks? How do these clowns get away with this nonsense? I learned the most profound and remarkable thing about water, which I had never been aware of nor taught in school. It is an irrefutable fact that mankind can't make water. You heard that right. We cannot make water. Combining oxygen and hydrogen only produce an explosive gas mixture. Type in creating water and research it yourself. Have a look.
Today I'd like to show you a quick demo for mixing hydrogen and oxygen to make water. Kids love it in class, so unfortunately you can't do it in slow motion, but you'll definitely get a nice jump out of them.
Right. And then Amanda's going to take the cover off.
Yeah, not yet. Wait till it's lit, right? Yeah.
And it makes a really loud noise, Amanda.
Yeah.
You'll see that every search about water shows it has to be extracted and can't be made by men. This begs the question, even if the water got here by these fantasy space rocks, how did this water come into existence to begin with? It can't be explained because it can't be done. Not in a lab, not anywhere. And these scientism fools run around calling themselves gods. So make water, almighty morons. Do it. Make water. They have us pondering the question how the water got here. when this question is nothing but a veiled, calculated distraction from the only relevant one. How was the water made? Or better yet, who made it? The gods made it, nothing fancy. Only the gods know. It is time to stop the charade. Your phony pseudoscience is over. We don't know the biggest mystery of our world. The so-called scientists have no clue as to the origin of life nor water. All they can do is create distraction after distraction from the true spiritual origin of humanity to lead us further into darkness.
Recognize that the very molecules that make up your body, the atoms that construct the molecules, are traceable to the crucibles that were once the centers of high-mass stars that exploded into the galaxy, enriching pristine gas clouds with the chemistry of life.
Listening to this fool makes me want to puke. The chemistry of life indeed, telling us we are made of stardust. Make some life then with your chemistry, Joker. Try being like this guy. Yeah, you can't even make water, much less life. Heck, you can't even explain their origin. That's why you avoid this topic like the plague. Not only originated this world we live in of water, but so did we. Water and life are as inseparable as form and shadow.